I think I'm gonna race to the restroom and back.
Oh my gosh.
No, and then I also, Mark, I started my consulting business.
Oh, okay.
Why? I don't know why.
Money, that's probably one of them.
Well, that's not bad thing, but actually part of it is just to do some things I like, my presentations that I'm interested in.
Oh,
And then they give me an honorary.
that's cool.
I always
What's that?
Well, you'd think you would, I'm looking. I don't know, I can't remember, yes, so far in advance that I'm not sure.
Same day you guys asked for, you know, excuses.
I would say, let's just go with
That's what
tonight.
he did.
Let's just go with tonight.
It's tonight that he asked.
Because he did it yesterday. I saw that.
Yeah, I saw that on Facebook. Probably had fries or something.
41. You're gonna go off.
Oh. Not cool.
Or continuing.
It's a garbage can.
It's for a dumpster fire on headed for a large.
Roger didn't get the memo?
6 yet? Okay. Welcome, everybody. Let's begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First thing, we have an agenda tonight. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
You can. I move to approve the agenda for July 28th, 2026.
I'll support.
All in favor, say yes.
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 Opposed? And the agenda then is approved as it is. Consent agenda. I need a motion to approve the consent agenda as it stands.
Excuse me, can somebody turn up the microphone? I can't hear a word you're saying.
Are they,
Oh,
are they on? Is this one on?
Now,
Okay.
oh, sorry about that. Motion to approve the consent agenda for tonight.
I move to approve the consent agenda as written.
Second. All right. Any discussion? I have a couple of questions. Or one question, one comment. Accounts payable, page 606. I think it's the last thing on there. XY LEM dewatering for $59,000.
Yeah, that's the new emergency pump for lift station 4.
Oh, okay.
It's sitting out. It's a big orange thing
Yeah.
in front of DPW building.
I just, the name didn't hit anything with me, and I just didn't know what it was. And the other comment, I'll just make a comment that hopefully the Playhouse made a lot of money on the Odd Couple performance, because we spent $11,500 just in wages, and not counting anything else that might have cost something, but I don't know how many performances of it there were.
There were four, at least 4 days worth, but that was sponsored. Somebody sponsored it to the tune of 10,000. So the initial cost was $1,000 or so at all profit after that.
Any idea what the ticket sales were? I imagine it was.
Just like how I asked Brandon to put together a summary, I'll do it to my house as well.
That's all I have.
Anyone else? All in favor then of approving the consent agenda as it is? Say yes.
Yes.
Opposed? No one opposed, so it is approved as it stands. Next up, messages from the mayor, council, and city manager. Dan?
First off, thanks for everyone who showed up yesterday to the town hall. I got a lot out of it, and hopefully the people who attended did as well. But a glaring error that I had was I had a big stack of papers with all my notes on it, and then I changed which pad of paper I was using, and I forgot all the public safety stuff.
Oh.
So I asked,
We can't,
Can't close the
can't close
doors.
it.
Oh,
Can't
well,
close
they're
it.
like playing, there's like a drum set.
Close their doors, but you can't close
They
ours.
are, they're still loud.
Maybe you guys can turn it up a little bit or, I don't know, do something.
fun department spot. Anyway, I've asked the chief of police to give a semi-annual summary of police activity for the past 6 months, so.
The past fiscal year is what it is.
That's what I meant. Yeah. So, please.
Sure. So just some general information about police activity for our agency. A total of 3,904 calls were logged through the dispatch center, involving calls for service for Whitehall Police Department. Of those, we had a total of 1,887 reportable offenses, which was about 200 more reportable offenses than the previous fiscal year. We made a total of 88 arrests. Kind of the top 5 categories of arrests that were made: 22 driving while license suspended, 21 driving either under the influence of drugs or intoxicating liquors, 9 warrant arrests where we assisted other agencies with their outstanding warrants, 6 domestic assault arrests, and 4 arrests involving conditional bond violations. Conditional bond violations are like if you get in trouble for a domestic assault or an offense and you get restricted from going to a location or contacting an individual. Those.
The owner of the property that is between Gibbs Street and Lewis Street sent letters to all property owners along North Gibbs Street and South Lewis Street, telling them that he was going to develop the road, Thriftwood, through that area. And he would not do it if everybody wanted to buy the lots adjoining their property. Everybody bought the lots with the intention that nothing ever went in there. And that is my 2 cents. I don't want anything in there. That's why I bought the 2 lots adjoining my property, so that road would never be developed.
Thanks.
My name is Megan Aney. I live with my husband, Zach Aney, at 554 Gibbs. I'm sure you know who we are. As much as I hate having this have to keep coming up, we weren't at the last meeting where our names were dragged into this, our names. And I'm speaking up tonight because we do not appreciate our integrity being questioned in regards to the building permit we obtained for our fence. We did not conduct some backroom deal as was implied in your letter, which then led to a front page news article also with our names and address implying the same type of shady behavior. And I'm not just going to sit by while you publicly question mine, my husband's, Mr. Mahoney's, and Mr. Tavernier's moral character. It is offensive, to say the least. Now, secondly, prior to us requesting this permit, not a single soul as they've all spoken to this, attested to it, and there's others who will attest to it, has ever taken an interest in this paper road, not for almost 70 years, but for some reason, you are now obsessed with what is, for all intents and purposes, ours and our neighbors' backyards. You have walked this strip on numerous occasions, when questioned, citing it as nice woods, and even enlisting friends to do the same, as though it is just some fabulous trail that literally goes nowhere. I don't know if anyone's been there, it goes nowhere except through our backyards, with even someone posting up on a tree stump behind our neighbor who's here, his house, literally looking for a confrontation, no other reason. This can only be considered weird and bizarre behavior. Sure, I can legally go stand on that sidewalk, stare in here at a window, stare at your front window. It's legal. That certainly does not make it right. It makes it weird at best, and at worst, it makes it harassment and an intimidation tactic. Now imagine that I was the mayor or in some other position of authority. You have said, and everyone has said repeatedly, that you want what's best for the city, so I'm not sure why there seems to be some personal vendetta against us, the Aneys, our neighbors, and now also your coworkers. We personally have felt a lot of guilt in bringing all of these people into this. When all we wanted, we have a dog that we wanted to give a yard to, and we had no other way to fence it in, and we got a building permit, we got it right. Your workers did it on their discretion and on the recommendation and advice on a city attorney. I sincerely hope that we are the only ones to experience this type of treatment in the city. Have a good night.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Good evening. My name is Tamara Horton. I'm a resident of the city of Whitehall. I'm here to speak about Resolution 2629 for the facade repairs and painting to the City Hall and Scene Shop. If I'm reading it correctly, it's $11,920 bid for painting work, and it's proposed to pay for from the energy upgrade budget. If this is strictly painting work, this is not an energy upgrade to our city buildings. There are some newer public servants elected to council, so I want to cover some background to explain why energy upgrades and implementing energy efficiency plans are a critical component to our city goals. On August 24th, 2021, the City of Whitehall Council passed a climate emergency resolution. This passed unanimously. There were more than 30 community members present to advocate for the resolution, with extra seating required outside this room. Included in the declaration was a report within 180 days to outline feasible actions by the end of 2022, by the end of 2030, and by the end of 2040. These objectives were to be integrated with each fiscal year budget, and the city manager was to report on opportunities and ordinances in a comprehensive master plan. The city manager at that time failed to meet the 180-day deadline and requested outside support to write the plan. So the council approved paying a Whitehall graduate a $1,000 scholarship to complete the research and develop a plan. She presented a research 6-page climate mobilization action plan, or MAP, on July 11th, 2023. Included in this plan was a section about energy, electricity, and buildings. At that point, council members felt a more detailed audit was needed to identify specific improvement steps and estimated money savings. So the city had Restart complete a free and highly detailed 24-page, 19-page, and 18-page energy audit for 3 city buildings. This was completed on November 26, 2024. Community members and council members have encouraged implementation of various specific actions, and I applaud those steps. But I think it's time the council and city manager review the map and confirm you're on track for the plan and preparing our city residents for rising energy use and increasing energy costs. I want to note that no detailed bid is attached to the council's packet, so it's entirely possible that with more discussion tonight, we will hear that there are energy upgrades being completed in addition to painting, At a minimum, I recommend if the painting work is approved that the money is not deducted from the small energy budget of $25,000 this year. That money should only be applied to actions on the climate map. Thank you for listening to and considering my concerns.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, if not, there is no old business on the agenda. We go to new business. The first one up is Resolution 2638.
I would move to approve Resolution 2638, the health insurance opt-out benefit.
Second. Discussion, questions? All right, hearing none. This will be a roll call.
Squires,
Yes.
Holmstrom,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Mahan,
Yes.
Hillebrand,
Yes.
Kavala,
Yes.
Zemer.
Yes.
It's all this fancy math for nothing.
Resolution 2638 is approved. We move on to Resolution 2639, which is the facade repairs for City Hall, which Tamara was just speaking about.
I'll move resolution 2639, the facade repairs and for City Hall and the City Jail.
I'll second.
Discussion, questions?
Yeah. Sorry. As one of the new people that she mentioned, expound.
It is a little bit more than just paint. It's sealing the faucet, the soffit around each of the buildings. So it doesn't matter how much energy we're using inside if we're not keeping the cool air in or the hot air in. It's a drain on our system. So this is sealing the energy that we use so it doesn't escape. It is more than just painting. And this was listed as an item in the restart report to seal the buildings. So that's where I got the idea from.
Can you?
So about how much does the ceiling cost and the painting cost? Just to break down?
11,000.
Okay, so about how much of that is for painting and how much is that for the ceiling?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't think it was included in the breakdown. It was just one complete number with everything included, with the one bid that we received.
It's about half of the energy savings. So do you have any estimated cost savings and energy savings from it?
No.
So, okay.
And I'll just throw this out. I think, I don't remember what date was mentioned when that was, that plan was passed. It was before my time too, so I'm not familiar with it. I guess I would suggest that at,
I can send it to all of you.
pardon me?
I can send it out to all of you and
Yeah.
highlight the portion that I'm checking off.
Okay, that would be good.
Is there any other source of funding? I mean, I'm on board with the soffit
I
ceiling.
mean, take out of general, it doesn't really matter. It's all one pot.
It is,
It's
but
all
I
different.
agree with the points that were made, and we do have a dedicated budget for that, for the energy improvement, so.
I just thought because it was in the energy report as an item to do, that's where it belongs, but I can take it out of a different pot if that's the controversy. I can just take it out of City Hall.
Do we have a capital improvement fund for things like that?
Well, we have a capital improvement fund.
For things like
It's
that?
just regular maintenance.
Okay, well, that seems like regular maintenance.
Well,
Roger is trying to
Yeah,
talk here.
I'm sorry, I would agree with Debbie, if it's out of a different fund, that would make a difference in my vote.
But I guess what I've just heard is that Dan says that this was an item on the energy list. Why would we not take it out of the energy budget? It makes perfect sense. We're checking off a need, whether I can say with some confidence that the painting is not the majority of the cost. Parts and repair would be bigger than paint. And so I think it is entirely appropriate where it's at and have no qualms about the energy budget line being used.
Did you have it?
Is there any way to table this and have you go back to North End Painting and ask them to divide their $920 bid into how much of it is sealing and how much of it is painting? And then we could take the sealing part of it out of the energy part of it and the rest of it out of.
I can take all of it out of vehicles. It doesn't necessarily matter. I need to get it done, and the bid's over $10,000, so I need permission.
And looking at, if I may, looking at the facilities, the ambulance garage needs facade, replacement and everything else. So I'm sure this is all included in that. I lived over there for how many years on 24-hour shifts, and I can tell you the windows do that pretty good. So, just whistles at night. So, you look at the facade out here. I'm sure there's going to be more than just painting and foam as well, because there are bad boards. That's what it is. If it comes down, I don't think this should be delayed. I think if we're on the list to get it done, we need to get it done. If Dan chooses to come back and say, hey, I'm going to take this amount out of this and this amount out of this, I don't have an issue with it, but this at least got to get passed to get it done. We're on the list, otherwise we'll be waiting.
Roger.
I don't believe we need really to separate what's sealing and what's painting because they're all part and parcel of the project. It doesn't make any sense to have to split that. It's just extra work for Dan and everybody else.
Tanya?
Well, I think we set aside $25,000 for our energy improvements. This is nearly $12,000. It's about half. Painting is not an energy improvement. The soffit might be, but I certainly can't make a well-informed decision without that information. And given the city's history of having a climate emergency declaration and a plan, and specifically setting aside $25,000 for energy improvements and not having this in the budget, which we just finalized last month, I would like to, if it needs to be done, I'd like it to be out of a maintenance budget, and I'd like to reserve the $25,000. I'd like to have a plan, which is what I've said a number of times. What are the ones that are we going to do that make sense in a prioritized fashion? So I'm not supportive of the proposal as it stands.
Ryan?
I'm following Roger completely. This was on the audit that was paid for before. This was an item that was stated for us to do to comply with the energy audit, as you stated. So this fits exactly within that and exactly what the money was for. Am I stating this incorrectly at all? Okay. Just
Not the paint. Paint's not energy efficiency.
actually, well,
There's no reason we can't separate the two.
There's no reason to separate the two. It's
Yes, there is.
foolishness.
Excuse me?
It's foolishness.
But we don't need to be doing this. How about if we just stick to the facts, okay?
I call for the question.
Okay. Okay, so roll call?
Holmstrom,
Yes.
Mahan,
yes.
Hillebrand,
Yes.
Squires,
Yes.
Kabala,
No.
Brown,
Yes.
Zemer.
Yes. And next up is public comment again.
Why not? I'm on a roll. George Baylor again. I got a question about your deal you just had going on there.
So if the painting's only $5,000, why would they have itemized it, number one? Number two, I know the DPW is very busy. I get that. But is this a painting job that they could do? And just have a contractor come in and redo the soffit and fascia, whatever? And save money, or does that not make sense? Yeah.
Thanks.
Leave it at that.
I've probably explained in the past, we're not supposed to answer questions.
I get it,
It's
but
not a conversation, so.
Simple nods, it'll do.
Next.
Hi, I'm Joan Scott, a resident of Whitehall, and I just wanted to comment on the same thing. I am really disappointed to hear that money that was set aside for energy improvement and for what Tamara talked about, that is really critical for us in this day and age and for our city. And to have something taken out of there when painting, in my opinion, clearly is not energy related. And why you can't just make the simple breakdown, go ask them to break it down. It doesn't seem that difficult to me. And then do the ceiling portion, pay for that for sure, and the painting portion out of some other fund. But I think it needs to remain very critical and important and a priority for the city to keep that money for energy improvements for just that. It's critical. Thank you.
Anyone else? Then we are at the end of the meeting, so God bless Whitehall. We're adjourned.